Hello everyone, Daria here, and welcome to episode number 81 of the Slow Russian Language Podcast. Today's episode was requested by Remco, or I hope I'm not butchering your name, maybe it's Ramko. Anyways, today we speak about Russian superstitions. And actually I've decided to call it the 3 superstitions I believe. So first listen to the text. Сегодня я расскажу о 3 суевериях, в которые сама верю. Первое. Перед дальней дорогой вся семья должна сесть и посидеть 1 минуту, чтобы путешествие было хорошим. Мы делаем это перед каждой поездкой. Второе. Если вы вышли из дома, а потом пришлось вернуться, надо посмотреть в зеркало, чтобы день был удачным. Третье. Если вы просыпали соль на стол, надо бросить щепотку под стол, иначе в доме будет ссора. So that was it for this very short text. Now let's translate it and speak about some interesting vocabulary. The first sentence. Today I will tell you 3 superstitions I believe. Сегодня я расскажу о 3 суевериях, в которые сама верю. So the word superstition in Russian is суеверие. The root is the same as in the word верить, to believe, so it's something you believe in. 3 superstitions I believe, в которые я верю. And actually I said, в которые сама верю. This word сама means myself. So it's kind of not just stereotypes and superstitions in Russia in general. Those are the 3 ones that I personally believe myself. Сама верю. Or maybe он сам знает. When somebody asks you, tell him to do it. And you answer, he already knows, or he knows it himself, so why reminding him for the hundreds of times? So, он сам знает. Okay, the next sentence. First, первое. Первое суеверие, the first superstition. Before a long trip, the whole family should sit down and remain sitting an entire minute, so the journey will be good. Long sentence. In Russian. Перед дальней дорогой, before the long trip, вся семья, the whole family, должна сесть, should sit down, и посидеть 1 минуту, and remain sitting an entire minute, or just 1 minute, 1 минуту. So the journey will be good. Чтобы путешествие было хорошим. Перед дальней дорогой вся семья должна сесть и посидеть 1 минуту, чтобы путешествие было хорошим. Here I want you to pay attention to the phrase «дальняя дорога». In English, it's usually translated as a long trip, but literally it means the road. Дорога is a road or path, way, maybe. And дальней means something far away. So it's kind of a long road, literally. But of course, it means just some journey, long journey, long vacation. Дальняя дорога. So basically, this superstition is that the whole family sits down, usually on the luggage itself, and we sit for some time. Not necessarily a minute, of course, especially in my case when we have a little kid, 4 years old, he certainly wouldn't sit for a minute in silence. Yeah, but we all sit down and maybe 10 seconds, and then off we go to some trip. Okay, the next sentence. We do it before each trip. Мы делаем это перед каждой поездкой. Okay, the next part. Второе. Second. If you went out of a house and then immediately returned for some reason, you need to look in a mirror so the day would be fine. Если вы вышли из дома, а потом пришлось вернуться, надо посмотреть в зеркало, чтобы день был удачным. So, if you went out of a house, если вы вышли из дома, and then had to return, а потом пришлось вернуться. And this verb пришлось, the infinitive is приходиться. Usually we translate it as to have to do something. For example, I was going for a walk, but it started to rain. I had to go home. Мне пришлось вернуться домой. Or maybe the homework was very difficult, so I had to spend 3 hours doing it. Домашняя работа была очень сложная, и мне пришлось потратить 3 часа. So the full construction is пришлось plus a personal pronoun in dative case. Мне, тебе, ему, ей, им, вам, and so on. So if you left your house and then you came back, вам пришлось вернуться, you need to look in a mirror. Надо посмотреть в зеркало. So mirror in Russian is зеркало. And why? So the day would be fine. Чтобы день был удачным. And it's a very interesting adjective, удачный. It's not just fine. Literally, it means lucky. But I'm not sure if it's appropriate in English. It sounds strange, lucky day. A person can be lucky. But удачный день is a good day. For example, you found, I don't know, $100 in your old jacket's pocket, maybe. And then you were going down the street and an amazingly beautiful girl just smiled at you and you're feeling nice. Then you come to work and your boss is not there, so you can spend the whole day drinking coffee, gossiping with your colleagues. So, nice day. Удачный день. And pay attention that you can't say it about a person. If you want to say that some person is lucky, you can say удачливый человек. Удачливый. And if it's a day or if it's some event or I don't know, some case, it's удачный. Удачный день. So this superstition is when you go somewhere and you come back, you should look in a mirror. I know it's ridiculous, but I do it every single time. I don't know why. I know it's absurd and of course it wouldn't affect my day in any way, but still, Still, I do it every time. And I know that in other countries there is something like that too. For example, in Poland, I know that they have to sit down if they come back to the house. So they sit for a couple of seconds and then they go. So if you have something like that in your country, please let me know. I'm really interested in different superstitions. So we're moving on. The third, третье. If you spill salt on a table, you ought to throw a pinch under the table, otherwise there will be an argument in the house. Если вы просыпали соль на стол, надо бросить щепотку под стол, иначе в доме будет ссора. So, if you spill salt on a table, если вы просыпали соль на стол. Spill in Russian is просыпать, but pay attention, if it's a liquid, we say пролить. So, you can't просыпать воду, spill water. In Russian, you only can пролить воду. And просыпать, it can be flour, salt, sand, those substances. Просыпать соль на стол. So if you do that, you need to pick a pinch of it. Щепотку. Щепотка соли. A pinch of salt. I don't know if you ever need this vocabulary, but anyway, щепотка. Funny word for you. Щепотка соли. So you should pick this pinch and throw it under the table. Бросить под стол. Otherwise, there will be an argument in the house. Иначе в доме будет ссора. Ссора is an argument, some scandal. And I don't believe it again, but again, I do it all the time, and we never have any arguments in the house. But of course, it's not about salt, but because I'm a nice person in general, and I can't even raise my voice. Yeah, that's the tragedy, actually, because I'm very, very quiet. Okay, and now listen to the whole text in a little bit faster mode. Here we go. Сегодня я расскажу о 3 суевериях, в которые сама верю. Первое. Перед дальней дорогой вся семья должна сесть и посидеть 1 минуту, чтобы путешествие было хорошим. Мы делаем это перед каждой поездкой. Второе. Если вы вышли из дома, а потом пришлось вернуться, надо посмотреть в зеркало, чтобы день был удачным. Третье. Если вы просыпали соль на стол, надо бросить щепотку под стол, иначе в доме будет ссора. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed this little text, and probably you noticed some problems with the sound. I am really sorry. Unfortunately, my son has broken my microphone, my poor Blue Yeti microphone that served me like a good friend, and there is some problem with the wire. So I have to hold this thing like non-stop. If I let it go, the audio stops. So it took me about 40 minutes to record this short episode. So I'm really sorry, and I have no idea when I'll be able to get a new microphone, because in Russia it costs 2 times more expensive than it really does, and the delivery from Amazon is like crazy to Russia, unfortunately. So I'm sorry, I don't know when I'll be able to fix this problem. So, yeah, I think I'll just need to train my hand to hold this ridiculous wire and not get tired. Okay, I guess that's it. And check out the description, the show notes of this episode, because the text with translation is right there for you, so you can read it if you didn't understand something while listening. So, thank you very much. Share this podcast with your friends. If you want to request some topic, let me know. You can always find me at daria@realrussianclub.com or on any social media. Okay, thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you in the next episode of the Slow Russian Language Podcast. Bye-bye!